Today we seen the Chicago Sky take on the Mystics, and it was a game of two different halves. I watched two different games. That's what I feel like I did. I watched two different games. After the first half, I was convinced this was going to be an easy win, maybe a 15 to 20 point win. Chicago was going to make a statement. Angel was in her bag. She was shooting a high percentage. Miller was getting her dump offs and finishing them strong. It just looked like a strong performance was coming out of this game. And mainly that was the second quarter. They went on a nice run where Angel had a lot of the impact on that. Defense, steals, blocks, layups, passes. Like the momentum was flowing. I did not see the Sky losing this game. But at halftime, I kind of started thinking and was like, the Mystics only have like 32 points. They're not hitting their shots. Slim isn't going at the neck of the Chicago Sky. Let's pump our brakes and see what happened. And I also was thinking, we know what the third quarters usually look like. And that's what we got hit with. One of our typical third quarters. Angel started the game really, really strong. After the first couple minutes, once she got into a groove, she kind of imposed her will on the game at times. And so that was great coming off of her triple-double game to see her kind of keep that going. People missed some shots they should have made. She could have had a triple-double, or she could have had 8 assists. But, you know, some people weren't hitting their shots. I've seen missed layups, open jumpers not go down. It was just one of those days, one of those second halves that nothing went right. But she really, really dominated for that second quarter. I think that was really, really like put her foot on the gas, and you could tell it shook the other team. Losing by 2 possessions, maybe, yeah, I think it was 2 or 1 possessions when you played probably the worst half you could possibly play, and that fourth quarter was terrible. And even with that, look, you had a big lead, let them come back, and then the other team was up by 5 or 6 points for a while. You fought back. The team started trying to fight back, but you just couldn't get over that hump. I don't know if they used all their gas in that second quarter. I do remember seeing them tired. I remember at one point, Angel was, you could see she was gassed. She could barely get up and down the court. And that's because she was playing hard defense before that, running fast breaks, kicking it out, finishing. She had like 2 really strong layups. One was a right hand on the left side. It was really, really nice over, who was it? Dolson. But after that, you could see going into that second half, she was gassed. I wish she would have got pulled out there and let maybe Michaela come in and finish out that quarter just so she could get that little bit of a rest. But going into that second half, I wasn't 100% excited. I'll be honest. At halftime, I started thinking, like, what if Washington hits their stride? They have a big front court. They got Dolson. They got, I'm not drawing the blank. The red hair. What's the girl's name with the red hair? You guys know what I'm talking about. They have Kiki. They have Aaliyah. They have a lot of bigs. And what if they start clicking? And what if Slim gets in her bag? Because Slim could shoot you in the game, and she could shoot you out. But what if she had a bad half and she was going to come and turn it up in the second half? And that's what happened. Slim got hot. She got to cooking. Their ball. Then the ball was moving for them, just like it was for Chicago in that second quarter. The ball started moving and finding a hot hand for Washington, and that was it, man. I felt that momentum go away, and I'm not trying to kill Coach Marsh, but there was moments where you okay, you're up 15, I think it was. Okay, gets cut to 10. Maybe call the timeout. Okay, you don't call the timeout. It gets cut to 8-7. Bruh, this is the timeout. I don't care if we got to call them back-to-back timeouts. Like, I'm not one of them people that's always yelling at the coach at the screen, but he kind of makes me pull my hair out of my beard. Because there was moments where he could have affected the game and took control of the game. And one of the problems with the Sky is that all of the success that we see in the Sky, it's not duplicatable. It's not systematic. It's reactions. It's reacting to what the defense is giving, or if somebody's hot. But those aren't things that you can say, hey, all right, we're struggling, timeout, and now we're going to draw up this action that we know puts us in a good chance to win. I think personally that right now would be Ariel Atkins and Kamilla pick and roll in those tough times when it gets sticky. Go to that pick and roll, man. She can score. Ariel can score the ball. and Kamilla could score the ball. Her size is there. Ariel has a quickness. She has a nice jump shot. That is something that you can duplicate results within that small little action of a pick and roll with them. You know, have Angel crashing when the ball goes up and have two people sprinting back on defense and give yourself a chance. Have that be your set. Let's jump into the numbers. I have a lot. I could just rant about. Turnovers was the biggest problem for the team, for everyone. Becca Allen did not play a great game. Her turnovers always happened at the worst time. They were just the worst time to make a turnover. It happened. She had 4. Angel had 7. 2 of them, I believe, were offensive fouls. Angel was forcing some things. Timing was off on some of those passes. Miller had 2. Kia Nurse, I barely remember her in the game. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm trying to remember the 3 she had. I don't even remember that. So she had 0. She barely touched the court. Ariel Atkins had 2. Haley had 5. Rachel Banham didn't play much. Will, you don't expect her to get much turnovers because she doesn't handle the ball. Michaela had 2. This is what killed us right here is the turnovers. And not just the turnovers, but also the lack of a point guard. We do love when Angel is playing that point forward. It's exciting to see. It's fun. It's great adrenaline. But when it comes down to like games like today where you got to get it out the mud a little bit, this is when it's going to show. I need that point guard. So the team needs to go and see what they can get on the market, who they can get, who needs to be up for a trade. What redundant players do we have? Is Kia Nurse and Beck Allen a little too redundant? Is Rachel Banham a little too inconsistent? Can we move one of those pieces to get some sort of a guard? Is there anybody even looking to trade a guard? You know, that's a question as well. But they need a point guard, and for them to go get one out of a free agency is just so hard. I don't even think it's possible. I think they would have. I can't remember who isn't on a guaranteed contract. I think most of the players are on a guaranteed contract. So just cutting somebody and picking somebody else up is going to be unlikely. But that is the biggest problem for the team is the turnovers, not the lack of having a point guard. Let's go through it. Beck Allen, again, her numbers are she was 50%. She only had 7 points, 2 steals. That's great. 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Those were helpful. But when you make the wrong play at the pivotal time all the time, man, she's like a momentum killer on the team. Like that just kept happening. So she had 7 points and did a little bit of everything in a good way. Angel had 17. Her and Milla, they matched each other in everything. She had 17. Milla had 18. Angel had 5 assists. They both had 10 rebounds. Believe it or not, Kamilla had 6 offensive rebounds and Angel only had 2. Free throws, Angel was 75%. Milla was 40%. Field goal percentage. Even look at the field goal percentage. 7 for 13, 8 for 13. And their plus minuses look different just because of the playing time. Which I think even a lot of us fans are like, I don't want to say questioning what is he doing, but it seems like there's moments where she's sitting out when you need her the most. It's like, bro, why are you burying Kamilla on the? Is she tired? Did she come to you and say she needs a breather? Because it happens every game. You do this every game. Why does this keep happening? And there's moments where you see the momentum shifting, and it's like, yo, call your timeout and get your big dog in there. This is your number 3 pick. She comes out last on the introductions. This is your big dog. Get her in there. Create some mismatches for her. Do something, but bring in Miller. So I don't understand why he sits her so much. I don't know if her condition's not there or what, but he sits her for too long, man. And in pivotal moments, he doesn't break the lineup that he has in his mind, depending on the situation. That irks me a little bit. But anyway, that was Angel and Milla. They both had a double-double. They did their part, 17 and 18, 10 and 10. Nobody under 50%. They kind of did their part. Kia Nurse, like I said, I barely remember her out there. Ariel Atkins, I'm getting close to a conversation about Ariel. She had 10 points, 7 assists, 4 for 9. And I just don't know if Ariel has that. We've seen it in Slim. Like I'm gonna shoot us back into this game. I'm gonna score us back into this game. And I'm not sure that Ariel has it. She has the ability to score, but I don't know if she has the mindset, that hunger to go and impose your will on the game. And that's something that I'm missing from. That's what's missing in this game. Somebody needed to say, "All right, it's crunch time. I'm taking over." You seen Angel tries it, being a power forward, a down low on the block type, driving type of power forward. It's hard for her to do. You have to be able to shoot jump shots in these moments to take over the game. And Angel would just try, but you needed somebody like Ariel to just take over. 9 shots is not enough. 9 shots isn't going to win us a game. Haley, she had a really, really rough night. Shooting, she was 2 for 6. Even her getting the ball up the court was just a struggle today. But this is the growing pain. She's a rookie point guard. I don't really knock her for that. I see people online knocking her for. I'm like, you got to understand, this is not normal. Like a rookie point guard to have this much pressure. Usually, if you're the rookie point guard, typically you have the team built around you, or it's a team with no expectation, so you just get to go mess up until you figure it out. But here there's a big light on her. And so that's some of the stats I wanted to break down. Again, it was a frustrating game to watch. The first half, I was fired up. I had my idea video I was going to shoot, but that second half was just like, what just happened? And the turnovers killed us. But we had a lot of turnovers in the beginning too. But the turnovers killed us. It's not one person. It's just the situation. You don't have that point. Like Haley was having a hard time dribbling the ball. And you don't have that point guard that can just settle things down, set things up right. So all in all, that point guard is missing. And I don't know if it's Ariel Atkins, if she can take over a game and impose her will, but that needed to happen in those moments. Milla and Angel had 13 attempts each. Like you should supersede them. You should be 18 to 20 attempts because you're that one scoring option. I'm AJ. This is my mic. Peace.